Anderson, Roper back in, and Nathan Bold up front. Free throw spins off. Titans got to hurry. Anderson gathers in the rebound. Out to Nigo at 4, at 3. Nigo at 2. Cuts to the bucket. The runner too strong as the first half comes to a close. A tremendous finish for Illinois Wesleyan. They end the half on a 16-3 run after being down by 7 in the opening moments of the game. Titans 46, Cal Lutheran Kingsmen 30 at the intermission in the first game of the Jack Sikma Hall of Fame Invitational. First of a doubleheader tonight with Calvin and Wisconsin-Platteville coming up a little bit later. But immediately after this timeout, we will introduce you to the new president of Illinois Wesleyan University, Cheyenne Zenger. That's coming up after this timeout from the Sikma Hall of Fame Invitational on 88.1 FM, WESM, and IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Berg drives one in the air to center field. This is down for a base hit. The Titans are going to win the ball game. Ethan Berg walks it off, and the Titans storm all the way back with 9 runs in their last 2 innings. They win it tonight 13-12.
And welcome back to Shirk Center at Illinois Wesleyan University. Eric Stock here along with Matt Sossler and the entire crew here at IWSports.com. Halftime of the first game of the Jack Sikma Hall of Fame Invitational. Had a great start for the Titans. They lead 46-30. Well, how about the start for the new president of Illinois Wesleyan University, Dr. Cheyenne Zenger? It's been 4 months or so. How has your start been?
It's been great. I was just talking to a few folks around here that I couldn't ask for a better start. It's everything I thought it would be and then some.
Well, what if you can outline sort of your first objectives as you get to campus, get to meet the people, and get a feel for the scene? You know, more than anything, at the tip of the spear would be the community engagement, and that's not just me. It's the staff, the faculty, the students, to match the pace that our alumni have always had in this community and in this state. Well, we know that you have a background deep in athletics as a former football player, coach, athletics director, just up the road. In fact, the football coach you hired is still coaching there, and they'll name the stadium after him when he retires. But your background in athletics, if you could talk about that from the Titan athletic fan standpoint, the approach that you bring and the mindset you bring, and how it fits into the overall student-athlete experience.
Well, you know, it starts with the students here, whether they be student-athletes or non-athletes. And we have so many that are involved in theater and music and student government. And almost every student we have here they love to use the word over-involved. And that's really what this place is all about. I've been talking to prospective students and their parents the last few weeks and months, and the challenge I put forth to them is you can go to some of these other schools and spectate, or you can come here and participate. And that kind of puts it all together. For me, the other side of my life and brain has always been the academic side, and this job and my previous 2 jobs have allowed me to put all that together. And I'm just so thankful to be a part of the Wesleyan community. You know, this Titan basketball is kind of the cherry on top. You know, we're coming through the fall sports, which have been a joy to be a part of. You know, it's all the sports at Illinois Wesleyan are legendary, and the Shirk Center is as good as it gets.
You got an event like this, 4 ranked teams coming in, first week of the season. What are your thoughts holistically on this event, Hall of Famers in the house and hosting it?
Well, last night I got to be at the Luca Grill, one of my favorite places in town, with Jack Sikma and Bob Spear and the rest of the guys, and I'm so thankful they included me. And then today we had a lunch with the teams and the coaches from the other campuses, and I think all 4 teams are ranked. All 4 teams won their conferences last year, and all 4 coaches are alums of their schools. This is stuff I keep feeding my family on the family chat. They're all watching some game on TV tonight. Like, no, I'm going to this is where y'all need to be. My daughter's sitting over there with me and has fallen in love with this place and is working part-time for us as she gets ready to move to Chicago, and she's embraced it wholeheartedly, has had the rest of the family.
I think it's interesting the perspective you bring coming from really all levels of college athletics and how that impacts it, coming from Division II, Division I, BCS, major conferences, and then here at a Division III institution, how that affects your perspective.
Well, I'll tell you, I share this with anyone who will listen. This is college the way it was meant to be. There are so many people out there questioning higher education today and its purpose and so on and so forth. That's because we confuse them when we put forth all these different messages across all our different universities. This is what college was meant to be. This is for everyone to grow academically, athletically, socially. We do it the right way here. And I can be a little bit of extremely passionate about this type of thing. And I realize there's all kinds of institutions for all kinds of people. But in my heart of hearts, this is what it's really all about. And if people are lucky enough to get to go to a place like Illinois Wesleyan, they've really done something special.
And it seems as though athletics has an even greater impact on a school like Illinois Wesleyan, as a lot of the smaller colleges are really struggling financially. It's a very tough market for a lot of different factors, and it could be a primary recruiting tool. A large percentage of students here are student athletes or participate in other extracurriculars.
Right now, 46% of our students are student athletes. And then if you add to it, as I keep going back to those in theater, those in music, those in esports, those in student government, there are but a handful who aren't involved here. Back to the whole, you can go to one of these large schools and be a spectator, and that's what some people are looking for. But we're looking for the young people who want to come here and get one heck of an education and participate.
Visiting with Illinois Wesleyan President Shane Zenger. Any goals that you've set forth for your first year or first 3 years or 5 years?
That's right now. We're right in the process with our faculty, our staff, our students, and our board in setting those goals. And we just had a really effective board meeting a few weeks ago. Prior to that, a really spectacular homecoming week. Before that, our move-in week. This place is really on fire right now. I challenge anyone to come here, and don't just come to the Shirk, and don't just come to football. Come to the Quad. They need to come, touch it, taste it, see it, feel it, to see what I'm talking about. And we had a young student speaking at our benefactors dinner during homecoming. She's an All-American triple jumper here for us, who's involved in so many other things, and she coined the phrase, the Illinois Wesleyan effect. And I said, I'm going to go trademark that before she does, because I think that encapsulates everything I'm talking about.
Well, I will say this, that you mentioned homecoming. I had never seen the campus so full for an event of any time. I think I had to walk about 15 minutes to get to my car. Not that I'm complaining, but that was just a sign of the vibrancy of the campus on that particular day.
Yeah, there's a real buzz, and the goal is to realize it can't be homecoming every day. But if we can keep that level of excitement and bounce on this campus, that's the goal. To spread that out into the community and out into the state and the region and the nation. I really believe people can tell if you're authentic or not. That's my favorite word. You can't go out there and oversell. It's more about substance than style. If you have that substance, people will feel it and they'll be attracted to it.
What was it like meeting Jack Sikma, or had you met him before?
I had not. We'd played phone tag for a couple of months. Said, Shane, I'm going to be there, for the tournament, and we pulled into Luca at about the same time, and Chris Murray and I had followed Mike Wagner, and we didn't know that Mike had all these folks in his truck, and everyone was rolling out, and all of a sudden this 6'11" guy came out, and I realized who that was, and what a great time to meet him. And then we got to split a Baldini pizza. Literally sat across from him, split the Baldini pizza. That was a kind of a thrill. But what a humble gentleman that represents the best of what we are.
I don't know if we can say the same about Dr. Bob Spear, but
Dr. Bob, or as Jason calls him, San Diego Bob.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Yes. Well, he is sponsoring this tournament, by the way. We'll give him a shout-out here in just a bit. But final thoughts as you join us here at halftime.
This is just, for me personally, not everyone gets to fulfill a lifelong goal or dream and say, I'd like to be there someday. And I would say to anyone that's watching or listening, sometimes dreams do come true. And then when you get there, you got to be careful. Maybe they don't measure up. This place measures up, and then some.
Thank you so much for joining us here today, and enjoy the weekend.
Well, I will. All I'm really doing, Eric, is holding up a mirror to all of the Titans out there to just see how good and special you really are. We've got something to offer.
Well, we appreciate the time, and best of luck, and thanks for coming up to join us.
Thank you.
All right, you bet. That's Shane Zenger, Illinois Wesleyan University president, joining us here at halftime with Matt Sossler and myself. Well, we do want to give a shout out to our Preserving a Legacy sponsor. Our halftime segment presented by Will Square Capital puts a spotlight on the rich history of Illinois Wesleyan basketball and the student athletes that have built the strong tradition of success. And tonight we look back at the career of former Titan great Bob Spear. Spear, a 1980 graduate of the Southern Illinois University Medical School, came to Illinois Wesleyan from his native Quincy and was a 4-year starter on the Titan basketball team from 1973 to 1977. He was honored as a GTE First Team Academic All-American in basketball in 1975, 76, and 77. He was an All-America, All-Conference CCIWU selection in 75 and 77, and a member of the Quincy High School Hall of Fame. Spear was Wesleyan's first ever 3-time First Team Academic All-America selection. That is incredible. During his time donning the green and white, Spear scored over 1,000 points on a 50% career field goal percentage. He also pulled in 458 career rebounds. He's the program record holder for games played with 115 and also ranks in Illinois Wesleyan's top 20 in free throw percentage and field goal percentage. Now off the court, Spear in 1987 was part of a 70-member surgical team that successfully separated Siamese twins conjoined at the head. He has authored several chapters in textbooks of pediatric anesthesia and pediatric intensive care, and he was the first anesthesiologist to use epidural anesthesia for surgery in awake premature infants. Now, currently, Dr. Spear is an avid follower of D3 hoops and well known for his basketball theories, including the importance of denying the inbounds, which we talked about earlier. Spear currently resides in Southern California and is the sponsor of this year's Sikma Hall of Fame Invitational. We look forward to him joining us live tomorrow. But now we're looking forward to the second half, and we'll bring that to you after this timeout. It's 46-30, Illinois Wesleyan with the lead as we get set to take a timeout and get set for the second half. This is Titan Basketball at 88.1 FM, WBSM, and IWSports.com.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Go behind the scenes of Titan Athletics with Titan Table Talk, hosted by Tommy Gilbert. With interviews from coaches as well as student athletes, get to know Titan Athletics like never before. A new episode with new guests is posted every Tuesday at 4 p.m. on YouTube, SoundCloud, WESN, and IWSports.com/podcast. Thank you for listening.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Our thank you to Dr. Shayan Zenger, Illinois Wesleyan University president, for his time at halftime, the 21st president of Illinois Wesleyan University. As we shift back to basketball, the Jack Sikma Hall of Fame invite. Illinois Wesleyan a great finish to the half, a 16-3 run as they lead 46-30. Hakeem Williams leading the Titans with 12 points. Carlo Kolak next with 11. Trey Bazell with 8. They got 4 points in the first half from Marco Anderson and Harrison Williamson. 3 for Mason Funk. 2 for Nick Roper and Jackson Nego, as the Titans shot 58% from the floor, 18 of 31, 5 of 9 from 3, and 5 for 9 from the free throw line as well. Kingsman just 27% from the floor, 8 out of 30, 3 of 15 from deep for 20%, 11 of 14 at the free throw line for 79%. Their leading scorer in the first half was Tommy Griffiths. He had 8 points. Devin Lewis actually led them with 9. Tommy Griffiths had 8. And we see Burge had 4. Verkamp had 4. Martin had 3. And Atanasio had 2 in the first half. As the Kingsmen get the ball to start the second half, and they go left to right in their purple and gold, and we're underway once again from Shirk Center. Titans in the man-to-man, and Roper gets the steal with the pass out near center court. As he gallops down court, backs down on his defender, kicks it out. The Kingsmen in the man-to-man. Post up Roper with a cross-court pass and threw it away between 2 of his teammates, threaded the needle, and hit the bleachers on the sidelines.
Roper didn't play the majority of that first half due to foul trouble, so that's something that Cal Lu's going to have to keep in mind. They're trying to figure out how to stop this Titan offense and Titan defense that limited Cal Lu to 26% from the floor, but you're doing it without the All-American due to foul trouble.
Yeah, Titans scoring 46 points. They did not score for the first 4 minutes of the game. 3 for the right wing, good for Atanasio as they cut the lead to 13. 46-33. Nego off the pick. A hard pick set by Williamson as he put down his defender Funk with a pull-up. Pushes it up with a right hand from 10. Off the iron, no good. Lewis rebounds for the Kingsmen. And a handoff to Burge. Up top to Griffiths. Backs down on Williamson into the paint. Goes to the jump hook with the left hand. He gets the soft bounce.
Half number 2 starting the same as half number 1. Cal Lu scoring 5 unanswered.
46-35. Titans on top. Now it's Roper on the right wing. Up top to Williamson. Williamson flips it baseline to Roper. Backs down on his man Burge. He's got a mismatch there. He takes advantage of it. Drops it in for 2.
Just 4 points for Roper today.
His first bucket, again limited by foul trouble in the first half. As Davis one-hands the ball up top to Lewis. Lewis looks for a step on Hakeem Williams. Cuts him off, out to Griffiths. A rainbow 3 is short. Burge got a hand on it, picked up by Atanasio. Leans in and scores. And he has 7. 48-37 Titans. Nego brings it up. Sets up left side. Titans with their starting 5 on the floor. Pass the baseline to Williamson. Williamson around the goal and drops it in for 2.
Great recovery by Williamson. Had a fantastic first look. Lost the rock and was able to gather back.
Williamson now with 6. 50-37. Titans with the lead. Griffiths holds the ball high. Looks left against Williamson. Looks for a handoff. One hops the ball to Lewis. Lewis tried to shake free of Hakeem Williams. That'll never work. Back out to Atanasio. Looks right. Now puts the ball on the deck with a left hand cross-court pass. Stolen by Hakeem. It's a 3-on.